أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا حبيبنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا أما بعد قال الله تبارك وتعالى أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولا تهنوا ولا تحزنوا وأنتم الأعلون إن كنتم مؤمنين. My brothers and sisters, Allah in the Quran in Surah 3 verse 139 says, and do not be of weak heart and do not be sad, for you are definitely bound to rise high if you believe. Allah is saying to all of us, my brothers and sisters, not to be sad and not to give up. It is very difficult not to be sad. It is very difficult not to give up, especially when we are living at a very difficult and testing time as we live today. Wherever you look, there is trouble. Muslims are facing troubles from every corner of this earth. Recently, more so than before. You've all been listening to the story of Shamima Begum, this young Bangladeshi girl who came from East London at the age of 15, left the UK and went to join the ISIS in Syria. And now, at the age of 19, she wants to come back. And there are questions that are being asked. Everyone is asking, why did she go there in the first place? And why does she want to come back? Some people are saying, well, if she had gone by herself, leaving our country and wanting to fight against our country, she should not come back. And there are others who are saying, well, she was only 15. She was brainwashed. Her mind was changed, altered by people who were very crazy, violent, the terrorist groups. They brainwashed her and they made her go because she felt it was a good thing she was doing. At the age of 15, she was too young, too naive, too delusional to know anything different. Whatever the argument is, the point I'm making is slightly different. I'm saying, whatever happens, we should never give up. We should never lose hope. And we should never be sad. Now this is a very important verse of the Quran. And I want to tell you this because I want you to feel positive about your life and life around. Let me tell you a story. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was living in Mecca. His mother passed away. His father passed away before he was born. His mother passed away when he was very young, maybe 6, maybe 5, depends. One of those age. He lost his mother. Then his grandfather who was looking after him also passed away before he could reach his teenage years. And very soon after that, he was looked after by his uncle, Abu Talib. Life for the Prophet wasn't easy. And yet Allah chose him to be the Prophet of Allah, to change the world. When he was receiving Allah's revelation, wahi, words of Allah from the heavens through Jibreel, the angel, the first revelation, the first word from Allah was Iqra, read. And then there was a gap between the first revelation and the next revelation. According to some scholars, there was a gap of 6 months, no Quranic verses came down. There was a gap, according to other scholars, for longer. But it was a very difficult time for the Prophet. People around him, Abu Jahl especially and his wife, were taunting the Prophet ﷺ, saying, "Oh Muhammad, you've been telling us about Allah, the one and the only. See, Allah has left you. See, the Allah that you've been telling us about, He has left you, He has abandoned you. He doesn't want to know you. Your God has become angry with you. See, your God is useless." That kind of taunt. They were making mockery of the Prophet of Allah ﷺ. Prophet ﷺ felt very sad, very upset. There is a saying, Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu reported, which says, Prophet ﷺ said, "I've asked my Lord for something I wish I had never asked for. I said, Oh Allah, there were prophets before me. Some of them had the power to control the wind, like Sulaiman. There were prophets before me, O Allah, like Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, Jesus, son of Mary, who could give life to those who are dead." Prophet ﷺ was complaining to Allah about his lack of power. Sulaiman could change the wind. Isa could bring people from death to life. Ya Allah, I'm weak. So Allah says, Allah responded, "O Muhammad, did I not find you an orphan and protected you?" Prophet ﷺ replied, "Indeed, O Allah, you did." Allah then said to Muhammad, "O Muhammad, did I not find you wandering and I directed you?" Prophet ﷺ said, "Yes, Ya Allah, indeed, you did." Allah then said to Muhammad, "O Muhammad, did I not find you destitute and may enrich you?" Prophet ﷺ said, "Yes, Allah, you did." "Have I not caused your chest to dilate itself and ease the burden?" Prophet ﷺ said, "Yes, Allah, surely you did." He now regretted saying and complaining to Allah. It is at the back of this, the following surah was revealed. وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى أَلَمْ يَجِدْكَ يَتِيمًا فَآوَى وَوَجَدَكَ ضَالًّا فَهَدَى وَوَجَدَكَ عَائِلًا فَأَغْنَى فَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ وَأَمَّا السَّائِلَ فَلَا تَنْهَرْ وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. My brothers and sisters, Allah says to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was feeling depressed, when he was feeling upset, when he was feeling rejected, abandoned, when he was feeling lonely, when he was feeling isolated, when he was feeling sad, when he was feeling sorry for himself, Allah revealed the surah called Surah Al-Duha. وَالضُّحَى, Allah says, and in the name of the early sunlight or the break of the night, early dawn. Allah swears in the name by Ad-Duha. He says, consider the bright morning light. Then he says, وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى, and the night when it grows dark and still. Allah wants you to imagine the difference between dark and the night and the day. And the night, it is dark and still. It is at night, if you go to the jungle, all the vicious animals will come out. They will come out hunting. It is at night all the troubles begin. It's at night that the thieves would go out to steal. It is at night that your houses will get burgled. It is at night crimes happen in the highest number. It is at night evil forces of this world come out. The night isn't a very pleasant time to be out. Night is for you to rest. So night could be very frightening. Night could be very unsettling. Night could be very upsetting for some people. Some people become very afraid at night. Allah is saying, remember the night when it is so scary? But don't worry. Every night will end. And there will be a day very soon after. There will be a day very soon after. As soon as the morning daylight breaks, even the little birds, the insects, the animals, they all wake up and they all start making noise. They all start moving around. You can hear in the forests, if you go into a rural village where they have chicken and cockerels and all the other, the goats and the lambs and all the other animals, you can hear them all making all sorts of noise. The dogs go barking, the donkey starts braying, the cow starts mewing, all sorts of noises made by the animals. I remember when I was living in the farm, I was very irritated by the mooing of the cows, thinking, why is it making so much noise? Or the scream of the lamb in the morning. Why? Because early morning has come. The day has begun, the night is finished. The animals recognize it. Allah wants you to recognize the same. No matter how upset you are, your heart will go away eventually. No matter how difficult you are, you're finding difficulty in life, no matter how difficult it is, something better will come very soon. No matter how tired you are, your tiredness will finish. No matter how hungry you are, your hunger will eventually finish. No matter how sleepy you are, your sleepiness will always be ending after you have slept. The night finishes and the day begins. And the day begins with good news. What's the good news? Bright, shining sun comes out. The smallest crack in the wall, the sun's ray would come and flood the area with light. At night time, we will need 5, 6, 7 different lights to lit this room adequately. We've got so many lights behind the hall, we've got chandeliers over there, we've got all sorts of lights. At the depth of the night, we need them all on for you to see brightly. But you can switch them all off during the daylight. The sun's light will be powerful and more powerful than all the lights put together. Have you seen in the stadium when they use the floodlight at night when the football games are going on? The floodlight is making the entire area bright like a day, but it is never bright like a day. It can never be bright like a day. Darkness cannot be overcome except by the sun when Allah allows it to come out. That's why He says, وَالضُّحَى وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا سَجَى. Allah wants you to think about the brightness of the sun. Allah wants you to think about the stillness of the darkness. مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى. Your sustainer has not forsaken you, nor is He angry with you, O Muhammad. Allah is telling Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, oh, Allah hasn't abandoned you, Muhammad, don't worry. These people are teasing you, they're taunting you, they're calling you names. Don't worry. Allah hasn't abandoned you. Allah hasn't forsaken you. Allah isn't angry with you. The whole world is teasing the Muslims today. There's a war going on in different parts of the world. A large number of those wars are happening in Muslim majority countries. We can see. Corruption prevalent in the Muslim countries, Muslim majority countries. Troubles and turmoils, of course. Allah is saying very clearly, if you truly believe, وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا, don't give up and don't be sad. You will rise. إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ, only if you believe. If you don't believe truly, you will not rise. You will remain depressed and upset. You will remain heartbroken. There will be nobody to help you. But when you believe and you go according to your belief, you will rise again. Just like the morning light broke the depth of the darkness, the stillness of the night was completely obliterated the moment the sun came out. Like that, the difficulties will disappear. وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. No matter how much pain you're suffering, no matter how much difficult life is, don't give up and don't be sad. So Allah is saying to Muhammad ﷺ and to all of us, Allah hasn't forsaken you. Allah will not forsake you. Allah will not abandon you. When will you find Allah's help? When will you rise? In kuntum mu'mineen, if you believe. Allah is telling Muhammad ﷺ, because he was feeling depressed, giving him hope. He's giving you and I the same hope. Then he says, مَا وَدَّعَكَ رَبُّكَ وَمَا قَلَى وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى. For indeed, the life to come will be better for you and happier for you than the life that has gone. You have been facing difficulty in the past. We all have gone through difficulties. The past was difficult, surely there will come a time when things will become better for you. Future you have no knowledge of, but have the belief that future is better for you than the past that's gone. Remember the most painful episode in your life. When was the last time you were very upset, very unhappy? When was the last time you felt very sad and depressed? Now think about that and now. How has it changed? If your pain was permanent, it will be difficult for you. But no pain is ever permanent. Allah is saying, "O Muhammad, what's gone? وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى." What is to come for you will be far better. What is to come for you is far better than what's gone before. So my brothers and sisters, when you look at the past, and if you live in the past, you'll be in pain. It is very foolish to live in the past. But it is also foolish not to learn from the past. We learn from the past and don't make the same mistake again and again. You park your car in the wrong place, you got a ticket. You will not park here again. If you had a burglary in your house, you will not leave your house unchecked next time you go out. If your area has bad crime rate, you will make sure that you find a better place to move because of the bad experiences that you've had. Bad experiences teach us something better for the future. That's what Allah is saying in the Quran. وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى. What has gone is gone. What is to come is better for you. O Muhammad, all believers, what is to come is better for you. وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى. Indeed, in time, you will see your sustainer grant you more happiness and you will be very pleased. In other words, happiness is coming. وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. Some people believe, oh my Lord, I've got cancer. That's it. That's the end of my life. Well, if you've got cancer, somebody has got even worse than cancer. Your leg is broken. The other day I was in another masjid. Subhanallah, I will never forget this scene. My brothers and sisters, let me explain it to you. I was in the masjid, I was sitting down, and a brother came. He came on crutches. His legs were, he had disability. His legs were not working properly. So he was walking on crutches. One of his legs was weak. So he came and stood next to me. A couple of minutes later, another brother came with a wheelchair. He was paralyzed, waist down. And I looked at them and I looked at myself. I said, Ya Allah, I have two legs. The brother next to me has one leg missing. The brother next to him has both of his legs missing. Ya Allah, I have nothing to complain about. I have nothing to complain about. I've got two legs. You have got two eyes. Somebody has got one only. You've got one eye, you're complaining about one. Somebody has got none. You can't hear something. Your ear is causing you trouble. There are people who are deaf from the day they were born. You're complaining about not being able to speak. There are people who cannot speak at all. You're complaining about stomach pain. There are people who are dying of heartache and heart attacks. Remember, my brothers and sisters, you always have something to be grateful for. You always have something to look forward to. Happiness will come. Happiness will come. You just have to bear with it. My brothers and my sisters, I've read to you Surah Duha. And I can go on and talking about the surah for hours. The bottom line to this surah, Allah Azza wa Jalla is teaching you and I to learn to be patient, to learn not to be sad, to learn to be positive, to learn to look forward to tomorrow, just like we look forward to the daybreak. Every night we go to sleep. If I told you there will be no day tomorrow, what's the point of sleeping, you would say? What's the point of waking up? In the winter nights, the nights are longer. We become lazier because the sun is not out. Alhamdulillah, outside the sun is beautiful and bright. As soon as you woke up and the sun shone through your curtains, you felt bright and excited. I better get up, the beautiful day. I better get up and see what a wonderful day is awaiting me. Allahu Akbar, my brothers and sisters, I'm asking you to think every day the brightness that is awaiting you tomorrow. Every time you are inflicted with difficulty, think about the ease that is about to come. Think about the happiness that will come in your way. May Allah grant us happiness, and may Allah remove difficulties from our path. And may Allah make a people who are not sad, and who are people who are happy and looking forward to a better future. وآخر الدعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. My brothers and sisters, I was talking about Surah Al-Duha. Surah Al-Duha requires an hour or an hour and a half to go through the entire surah to explain. I've only decided to discuss 2 or 3 verses from the beginning, because those are enough for you and I to know Allah has promised better future for all of us, better future for the whole world, better future for the believers. No matter how much trouble you're in, there is better future. There are 10 ways you can change your ways. There are 10 ways you can change your mind. There are 10 ways you can alter your life to become more positive and not to be sad. Number 1, believe that Allah will not let you just be without testing. If you want to get a good job, you have to apply for a good job. You have to go for an interview. You have to do an exam, a test, psychometric test, your literacy test, numeracy test. The higher the job, the more salary the job gives you, the more tests and experiences you have to prove. Why would going to heaven be so much of a doddle without a test? Allah says in the Quran, أَحَسِبَ النَّاسُ أَن يُتْرَكُوا أَن يَقُولُوا آمَنَّا وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ. You think it is enough for you to say, I believe, and you will not be tested? No. وَلَقَدْ فَتَنَّا الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ فَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ صَدَقُوا وَلَيَعْلَمَنَّ الْكَاذِبِينَ. Allah indeed tested people who came before you. Do you know why He tested before people who came before you? Do you know why? So that He can distinguish between people who are true and those who are fake. There are fake Muslims and there are true Muslims. There are fake believers and there are true believers. Allah wants to give Jannah to the true believers, not the fake ones. How does He test? How does He establish who's true and who's fake? By testing you and I. Every moment of our life, if you consider it to be a test, then you will do everything possible to pass it. If you consider every moment in life Allah has given you to compete in doing something good, you will do better because you're competing to do good. Except Allah will test you. Believe Allah will test you, number 1. Number 2, believe that Allah will not burden you with more burden than you can bear. Allah will not give you any more burdens. Allah will not give you any more troubles than you can bear. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah doesn't give any burden to any soul that He cannot bear. If somebody comes and says to you, I can't take it anymore, tell him, yes, you can. If somebody says, I can't take it anymore, tell him you can. What do you mean you can? What do you mean I can? Well, if you couldn't, you'll be dead. Simple logic. The fact that you're alive, the fact that you can talk, the fact that you can complain means you can take it. Allah will not give you more than you can. Like the brothers I was describing to you earlier, the one with 1 leg, I'm with 2 legs, and the one on the wheelchair. Allah hasn't given me the test of not having 1 leg missing, because Allah knows I couldn't bear it. Allah has given my brother a test with only 1 leg, because Allah knows he can bear it and he can pass that test. And Allah has given the test to the man with 2 legs missing, because Allah knows he can take it. Allah knows he's got the power of Iman. Every day he comes to the masjid 5 times a day on his wheelchair from 2 miles away from the masjid, and I see him almost every day on the street. Because Allah knows he can do it. Allah knows he can bear it. So Allah has given him that test. Allah knows if he had taken both of my legs away, I will not be succeeding like this man. So Allah hasn't given it to me. Believe Allah doesn't give you more pain than you can bear. Believe in it, my brothers and sisters. If you believe in what you have got as Allah has given you, because you can take it, you can take anything. You can take anything. When Bilal radiallahu anhu was laid down on open fire, on coal, and he said, Ahad, and the disbelievers hit him, and he said, Ahad. Allah tested him because he could take it. Did he give up? No. He knew he could take it. One day, Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu saw Khabbab's back. Khabbab took his shirt off, And Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu saw Khabbab's back. And Umar burst out into tears saying, "Oh Khabbab, why is your back so terribly scarred? I can only see holes on it. Deep craters on his skin." Khabbab said, "When I became a Muslim, when I said La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, the disbelievers did not like it. Those who kept me as their slave and captive, they did not like it. They laid me down on burning coal, and they put a big massive boulder on my chest so that I could not move. And my body fat dripped out of my body. My blood poured out of my body and extinguished the burning coal. Ya Umar, what you see, the craters, the marks on my back, are the marks of the torture that I endured when I became a Muslim." My brothers and sisters, Allah will give you only that much that you can bear. No more, no less. Have faith in that. Number 3, believe that there will always be ease after difficulty. Allah says in the Quran, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. There will always be ease after difficulty. No one has ever suffered difficulty all their life. Allah will ease. Even Prophet Ayub alayhi salatu wasalam was given the illness that overtook his body. Allah gave him ease. For some people, death becomes their ease. For some people, in life, they find ease. For some people, ease could be a trial for them, so Allah doesn't take it away from them. Allah keeps them on that journey so that they remain on the straight path and narrow. But Allah says, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. There will always be ease. Number 4, remember, no harm can befall you except that is what is meant for you. And no benefit will befall you unless and until that which is meant for you. Somebody asked me the other day, "My brother, are you not scared? There are 2 death threats on my life. 2 death threats. ISIS people, the terrorists from Syria, the ISIS lot, and the pirates of Somalia, the Al-Shabaab, I call them pirates of Somalia. Both, they have given a death threat to me twice." So they asked me, "Are you not afraid?" Especially one news reporter asked me, "Are you not afraid?" I said, "Why should I be afraid? My death is not decided on this earth. You can't decide my death. All of you together, if you want me to die, my death will not happen until Allah Azza wa Jalla has decided my death. If all of you together wanted to protect me, and if Allah has decided my death, you couldn't protect me. Even if you brought the entire world together, you couldn't stop my death from happening. Why should I be afraid? Why should you be afraid? Why should the believers ever be afraid? We're never afraid because we believe harm will only come that which Allah has for me, and good will only come that which Allah has for me. I shall continue persevering. I shall continue on the path. وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَ إِن كُنْتُمْ مُؤْمِنِينَ. Don't give up. Don't be sad. Have faith in Allah. If you have faith in Allah, you will be elevated. You will be successful. Number 5, believe that Allah will not change your condition. Allah will not come down to spoon feed you. Allah will not serve you food. Allah will not give you a job. Allah will not give you clothing. Allah will not clean up your house. Allah will not buy a house for you. Allah will not find a house for you unless you work hard to find it yourself. Allah will not give you a job unless you go out and look for a job. You can make all the dua in the world, sitting in the masjid, 24 hours a day. Ya Allah, give me a job. Ya Allah, give me children. If you don't get married and if you don't get a job, you will never have children and you'll never have a job. You have to go out and work hard. Allah will not change your condition unless you change what is within yourself. Number 6, my brothers and sisters, think and look positively about you and your life. Don't be miserable. Don't be pessimistic. Don't be always negative. Be positive. The fact that you're alive, thank Allah. Ya Allah, thank you very much I'm alive. Not wake up and say, "Oh, my body is aching, my heart is aching, my lungs aching." Don't say that. When you wake up, say, "Alhamdulillah, thank you Ya Allah for giving me life after I died. Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana ba'dama amatana wa ilayhi nushur." Ya Allah, thank you for giving me life. Don't complain. You can breathe. Why are you complaining? Don't complain. You can eat. What are you complaining about? So look at life positively, don't look at it negatively. Number 7, when difficulties come on your way, don't think difficulties are calamities. Think difficulties are opportunities. Number 8, smile more often. Smile is sadaqah. When you smile, you induce in the other person positivity. When you smile, you feel positive. Don't look miserable. Don't look at your brother miserably. Smile, my brothers and sisters. I feel like sometimes Muslims are so stuck. It is like, brother, smile is haram. What do you mean it's haram? It's perfectly halal for you to smile. Prophet ﷺ used to smile all the time. Number 9, remember not to wallow in your own sadness, because if you wallow in your own sadness, you're the only one who will be sad. Nobody else will feel sorry for you. Don't wallow in your sadness. You feel sad, move on. You feel sad, yes, I'm sad, move on. Think about positive. Think about opportunities. Think about turning around. Think about empowering yourself. And number 10, my brothers and sisters, remind you again and again and again. Allah makes the word sadness in the Quran at least 40 times. He talks about it, but all the time He makes it as a prohibition. Being sad is prohibited in Islam. In other words, feeling sad is allowed, but remaining sad is prohibited. You should not remain sad forever. وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمْ وَلَا إِن كُنْتُمْ مُؤْمِنِينَ. Don't give up and don't be sad. What did I say? Don't give up and don't be sad. And again, let me remind you, don't give up, my brothers and sisters, and don't be sad. No matter what happens around you, no matter what happens around the world, good time to come, inshallah. Better days to come. Brightness is to come. Just like today and tomorrow and the day after, and until Yawm al-Qiyamah, the sun will come out and break the stillness of the night. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا انك انت التواب الرحيم ربنا افرغ علينا صبرا وثبت اقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين واحفظنا من الظالمين يا ارحم الراحمين يا اكرم الاكرمين have mercy on us يا الله يا ارحم الراحمين give light in our hearts يا الله make us a happy people يا الله remove sadness from our hearts يا الله remove grief from our hearts يا الله remove negativity from our lives يا الله يا ارحم الراحمين replace it with your nur يا الله replace it with happiness يا الله replace it with goodness, Ya Allah. Replace it with positivity, Ya Allah. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, Ya Akramul Akramin. Make us a better people, Ya Allah. Ya Akramul Akramin. Make us a better people, Ya Allah. Make us a better people, Ya Allah. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروا لي ولا تكفرون والله يعلم ما تصنعون أقم الصلاة